Hey guys, wanted to hit you up on Wednesday here and give you a midweek challenge. I just had a thought today and of a devotion actually that I was reading, and I felt like that was such a great devotion to pass on to you guys. But so my thought was, my, my first thought is actually don't come to the park and lean on the rail. So I'll stay away from the rail. My thought is, that this time that we're going through right now is such an opportunity for us to grow as believers. Yeah, we have to be apart right now, but it's an opportunity for us to really connect with our God. I think on more of an individual basis than we ever have before, because right now we're not meeting together, and I know that I talk about this a lot, but I talk about it a lot because right now is such an opportunity for us to grow. And there are so many more opportunities for us to grow. Like in evangelism, that's another way that we can be growing right now. Just having an opportunity to be able, actually taking opportunity to evangelize, because God has called us to it. So doesn't that make sense that He would give us opportunity to do that? I think that's right there, is that God is giving us opportunity. So maybe as we pray, instead of praying for opportunity, we pray that God would give us wisdom to see those opportunities, because those opportunities are there because God has called us to evangelize the lost. I was talking to a pastor friend of mine today, and he was talking about how he was kind of got into a little bit of an end times discussion, and I won't go into all that. Um, but there's so much going on in our world. There's so much going on right now, and I think that the thing going on right now with the coronavirus is honestly bigger than the coronavirus. Man, the enemy's at work, but where the enemy's at work, he's working because God's at work as well. And where the enemy intends for destruction, where he intends for to kill people's testimony, to steal their joy, to destroy their lives, where he intends evil, God is going to bring about good. Listen, we've just got to be about following our God, and we've got to be focused on following our God. And so Philippians 1:21, Paul says, for me to live is Christ, but to die is gain. And Paul was writing from prison. He was writing to a church that dearly loved him, and he dearly loved them. And Paul was saying from death row, he was saying, guys, this suffering and this persecution that I'm experiencing, this is actually a good thing for the gospel. Man, what boldness that he had for Christ, and what an impact he made for Christ. I say it a lot to us, and I say it a lot to you guys as a church family. For the apostles to be willing to give their life, literally give their lives for the sake of the gospel, that tells you that the power that gripped them was something eternal and something supernatural. And they absolutely 100% believed in what they were preaching, because otherwise they wouldn't have died for it. Are we really willing to say, for me to live as Christ and to die as gain? Are we really willing to say that? That's my challenge to us, is to examine ourselves and ask that of ourselves, but also ask the Lord, where am I, God? Where do I have that kind of faith? And if the answer is no, then why are we not growing to have that kind of faith? And if the answer is yes, are you sure? I don't know. I know what I want my answer to be, but I don't know what my answer would be unless I was in that situation. I want to be able to say, as the Apostle Paul says, for me to live is Christ, and for me to die is gain. That is what I want to be able to say. I want very, very much to be able to say that. But there's things in our lives that really need to happen, and we really have got to be drawing closer to the Lord to be able to say that. And the Apostle Paul was so close to God because he had seen so many things, and God had used him to do so many powerful things. Do you know the Apostle Paul was just a man? Peter was just a man. John was just a man. All of the apostles, they were just men, just like you and I. They were just regular people who were going on about their life, and then God collided with them in life, and he said, follow me. And I know that some of you have had that collision in life, and Jesus saved you, and he said, follow me. So my question and my challenge to you this week is, are you really following Jesus? Can you say, for me to live is Christ, and to die is gain?